look at those bells dancing. All right, so this can be a short little live this morning because I need to do some live stuff because I'm going to go back and watch what YouTube and Twitch and TikTok have done separately with the live audio. So I'm down to my last, and I hear the little click clacking coming down the hall. Good question is, did you guys hear the click clacking coming down the hall? Right. So I tuned two of my audios yesterday. Hold on. I actually done some more stuff than that yesterday. First, I got my button set up. Look at this. I can jump from here. This is my left screen. This is my middle screen. This is my right screen. Okay. Boom. And so now I don't, as soon as I teach my brain that I've done this, that I made this simple, I don't have to go find and adjust the box and find the mix and minuses and switch back and forth. So some of the chaos that I've had in the past that may have made me seem real, it was real. Okay. What you're looking at here, for anybody that wants to do streaming, I encourage it, okay? Especially if you're a conservative thinker. If you just want to sit there and babble to yourself, you may be by yourself. Don't do lives. I'm going to tell you right now, record video. But don't record shit, okay? I'm uploading and at the limitation, which is basically for a live, it's a little bit better than 1080p is all they will allow. YouTube won't accept more than 2K per second worth of stream, and I need 4K per second worth of stream to get a 4K video. So lives can never be 4K. They can be high definition, but they can never be 4K. And then over the years, what I found, and it was just true, is the number of people who came back and followed me and listened and come back and grabbed the lives later. No one listened to the lives. Very few people show up to the lives live. But the lives have people asking questions and there's interactions, and I'm doing this live now because there might be some people who have a question or two. Nobody's on to ask. As long as this thing up here, hold on. Look at that. Okay, up in the corner here, no viewers for, hold on, let me go to multi-chat. That's just Twitch. Let's go to everybody. 0 viewers, which may not be true. It just may not be true. You know what I mean? First of all, it's 6:30 in the morning my time. That makes it 8:30 on the East Coast. So people should be in their cars or just about to walk into work. That is what it is. So this is about me. And I think when I'm done, unless something really weirdly exciting happens during this live, I'm probably going to delete it. Okay. Because this is my concern. All right. And then I'm going to match that, and I can't blow it up. I can't blow this other one up. Hold on. I need to make my mouse go faster. Woohoo. Now it's going. All right. I got three screens to go through here. So this, hold on, let me go back to this. I'm going to show everybody what I'm doing, because the how-to videos that I've seen out there on how to tune your Streamlabs OBS or your OBS, they were somewhat uninformative. I mean, there was enough information to glean if you were a techie, and I am. So I pulled and parsed it together and figured out what was bullshit, what was trying to make the video longer, blah, blah, blah. Because there's everybody trying to drag it out to be longer, and I'm not trying to do that right now. I'm just trying to catch up to what it is without giving you the in-depth, sound was invented in Germany when a tree fell. That kind of crap, you know, it just, whatever. So, I don't know what this sounds like right now. Let me go back over to here, because I'm going to go to my beard mic. What I mean by my beard mic, you know what? I even hashtag my beard mic. Okay, I got my beard mic out here. This is a lapel mic. You can find them on Amazon. I highly suggest you couple, and I'm not going to do this either. Hold on. Because maybe somebody's interested in what is much simpler. Guys, and I call it the cock mic for Zach. He's got the big boom mic up in there. The 1930s radio style, you know, And I once upon a time, because you lead like you've been led. So those that were there before you, you watch them on video, and they got that big cock mic in front of their face. And it's a Bluebird mic is the one I've got. It's very, very, very good mic. Okay, so hold on. Let me go here. While you can't see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Amazon, and I'm going to search through my private account now. I'm going to share some shit with you. Hold on. Accounts and lists. That's my account. Your orders. Let's go there. Because I had to reorder this lapel mic. Oh, crap. That can't sound good on tape. All right. Let's do this again. I didn't clip on. Oh, I'm pulling hairs now. All right. See, now you can't see it. So this was me overcoming a technical problem. The technical problem being that you guys know that I have some disabilities, and so I have a problem seeing out my right eye. So I got my studio software that you're seeing now bouncing. That's on my right eye, which is also where the chat room is. You know, for all the chat views. Now over on the left, hold on, which is a great big monitor. If you've seen the picture, I don't even know where that picture is. Let me go to. See, I wasn't ready for that. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know what that is. Hold on. Oh, but I found this. Hold on. Let me go to. Well, I'm going to recommend. They've got a cheaper version of this where it only comes with one of these, what I call the beard mic. Let me go to, and let's see. Wait a minute. Get link for the influencers. Copy, paste. And we're going to put this into the multi-stream. And send. All right. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to turn around and show you what we're talking about here. Okay, so there's the beard mic. Now it's got two microphones. This will plug into your phone, okay, which gives you crisp, clear sound from recording from your phone. You can filter out background noise and blah, 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 and all that stuff. Matter of fact, this Streamlabs software that I'm just showing you, you can put that on your phone now. So I haven't gotten it yet to where I can go out in the real world and do an interview, where I can go up and sit down with somebody and do an interview, and then just give them a lapel mic, and then have my beard mic all set up. And like I said, here becomes the importance. I'm turning left, I'm turning right, and it doesn't change where the microphone's located. So I'm tuning the microphone for where it's located. You know, my beard, it's not like if you put it on your shirt, well, then my body movements make a scratchy sound. Okay, and then I got to tune out that scratchy sound. Well, that scratchy sound's a pretty high frequency, and it makes the voice sound a little more hollow. Now, I don't know what this is sounding like right now, but let me go back to 3, and let's go to beard mic, and we got to go to filters. This is a filter. Now, I will put a zip file of these filters up on GunMuse and make it so you guys can download them if you want to do this stuff. So I'm going to go edit the filters. This is called the RIA. These are the RIA filters. They've been free forever up until just recently. And I'm talking about like the 1st of November, they're charging $60 a year. I had a copy of them on the other computer. Thank God I did, because the ones I was going to pay for them, and then they put this software that had to be installed on your computer. They went to where they did this, installed them in the right location. So I installed the new software, and they didn't put the filters where they belonged. No, they want me to use their audio software separately from my video shooting software, and I'm too lazy to do that. I'm the one scene guy, right? I run these long-ass videos because I babble on, and I'm not going back and listening to myself babble on. That's not true. I go back and listen to every video. But the point being that this microphone being where it's at solves an issue for me having to go left, right, left, right, left, right. Then I turn around and made these buttons, right? I can't even see my own screen right now. Get this out of my way. There we go. Now I can see it. I couldn't see me. You know, when I'm looking at the camera, I can't see me anyway, right? I need to put something down. And this is going to be a better experience for you guys. Okay, so here's the Boya mics. Use my link. Make me a little money. They're only 69. This is 69 bucks. Matter of fact, they're probably on Black Friday right now for all I know. Pay attention between the U2s and the D2s because one of them's for Apple, the other one's for Android. Read what you're buying, okay? They're both a Type-C deal now. Oh, let me I'll pull this out because I got two of them. Now, besides being able to do two inputs at once, and that one's not on, is it? Okay. So I'm going to go here. Here's mine. And then you can find these on Amazon as well. You know what? I'll pull up my link for that too. These are like $9. All right. All this is a little bitty C receiver or a male. It's a male dongle to a male USB dongle. Okay. Why is that important? Hold on. Because I got this bad boy, if it'll reach. All right, I got this bad boy. Turn. I don't think I can reach that far because the power cord is, oh, there we go. Oh, cameras are the opposite of reality. All right, I'm going to fuck this up. There we go. So here's this bad boy, right? I set this down on my desk. I throw my phone on top of it. My phone is charging inductively. I got all this stuff here. And then I put this C thing. Look at this. I got a place to put it up. This is where it goes when I'm done with it. And it's charging. All right. So put my phone back down on there. And it's taken me 2 years to get to the point where I set my phone down. Oh, see, now I got my camera all messed up. You know, I'm going to put it right back where it was. Who knew? Who knew? You know what? Let me go to number one. That'll tell me more. Man, you know what? The high definition is just a high definition. That's not dog hair. This is an almost green shirt. And then what's sitting on it? Like, I should have hit it with a lint roller. I'll get a lint roller in here. I look like crap because I didn't hit it with a lint roller. So, anyway. Creep hit me about that before. And then I got to... so, I've taken more time. Everybody's like, oh, when he's going to get back doing what he's doing. I've taken more time to do this right. And then I haven't taken the time to film me doing it right. And I keep telling myself in the back of my brain, I'm going to come out here and redo the do's and so that I can teach people and then put the how-tos up on gunmuse.com. And it's important. Now that we got Elon just asked this morning, which is hold on. You know what? I need to make this freaking permanent. Hold on. Starlink. Go high. And sign in. Sign in. Oh my God, verification codes. Well, there's the thing. It should have popped up on my computer. All right, so I got my phone. Now, I was using Dex before. All right. And all of a sudden, and I didn't have this problem before, Microsoft Windows has a problem with Samsung Dex working at the same time as Microsoft Phone Link. Well, Microsoft Phone Link was crap. So I'm linking the phone to this thing. And then I've got an S24 here. If you guys remember my Get Game phone number, we're going to make it so that phone, you call the Get Game, and we listen to you live, man. You're going to be a radio talk show, radio call-in show. But think of it this way. Let's say I go somewhere to interview somebody, and I've got some of this stuff set up in the future. I can take that phone, this phone, my great big Flip 5, which has got my studio software on it that I don't have set up yet, and these mics, and I basically set up a studio anywhere we go. The camera will be crap, but the audio will be good. And let's say I'm interviewing somebody you care about, I have to interview there. Normally, you would have to bring them to the studio if you want to let people call in. I'm going to have mobile ability to call in and talk to a guest. Get my butt, that type of thing. Okay, so did Starlink send me a code? No, I got one from Creep at frickin' 3 in the morning from England. Wake up! I don't need that shit, Bubba. Important news could be on its way to your link to you. Check out your vehicle appears on this list. The spamming has gotten out of control. Okay, here's the thing. Oh. This has asked me for verification codes, and I'll bet you anything I set this up. Or did I not? I was going to say, is my Google Authenticator set up? No. And you guys watching the news this morning, seeing how Bitcoin went through the roof because Trump's now talking Bitcoin. You guys just remember who said, hey, there's no way to avoid this coming. That's why I dove deep into the crypto 2 years ago while I was injured. And just before I went completely blind, I was diving deep into the crypto. And some of that's paying for all this stuff. But I've got a building that is my other studio filled with graphics cards waiting to be turned on. Next week, I got Zach. Zach's not in school next week. I got him for the whole week during the daytime, and I'm hoping we don't wind up with that big, monstrous drop 2 feet of snow that they plan on. But I've got to get up on the roof of the shop, and I've got a windmill and a grip of solar panels that I'm putting up there. I've only got one great big battery. It's a huge battery. It's a golf cart battery. It's huge. To operate certain stuff off of. So I'm going to turn around and build a customized solar system, wind system combo. And I'll get into the videos. That's my Idle Tools. I got another YouTube channel called Idle Tools. That's going to be on my Idle Tools thing. But how they used to do it, I've had this thought in the back of my head, and I don't even know if it's going to work. But there's some very, 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 very cheap, because it's useless unless the electricity is free, crypto equipment out there that will mine Bitcoins. And I'm going to combine a windmill with that deal, and I'm going to try and surge protect it without spending a fortune on that circuit. Okay, so windmills need a surge protector, a big resistor on the outside of the building to burn, because when those they show you those windmills, the great big monstrous windmills they show you, they don't tell you that about 85% of that electricity gets burnt straight into the ground, because just because the wind's blowing doesn't mean you can use the electricity right then and there. So the load, electricity has to be used instantaneously from when it's produced. So you got to create an artificial load. Normally you do that with a great big resistor that can get hot without catching the room or the building on fire, and you just burn it to load and it goes straight into the ground. I'm going to throw a crypto miner into that circuit so that it gets turned on and turned off when there's extra electricity to be burned. I'm going to have it burning, making money. Not much, but making money. It's one of those things where if you send it into a separated crypto account and you forget about it, you come back and they'll say, oh wow, I got a couple $100 in there. And that might be all it makes a year. But if it only costs me $100 to set up one time and it makes me a couple $100 a year, well, that's a win. And that's when crypto, and from that math was when crypto was at its lowest, $20,000 Bitcoin, not $80,000 Bitcoin, right? I promise you that crypto is going to get harder to mine as soon as the United States, if Trump does what I think Trump's going to do, which is all he's got to do is take all those left-wing windmills like I'm doing now and do what I'm doing and say, okay, we're going to put a bunch of crypto machines, instead of just burning this stuff to the ground, we're going to produce money for the treasury. Yeah. Why is it a dumb idea if it works? It's not a dumb idea. All right, so you guys looking at that background picture that I got there? This is before I went to go clean up the sound because I was about to do this video about Google informing me that, hey, we lost the election, feeding information to the Democrats, and we don't know why. So now we're going to inform you that human beings have been listening and looking at every single time you searched your phone. This is Google's warning. Humans review some saved chats to improve Google AI. Remember, Google AI came out right before the election. And if you think that left-wing company wasn't turning around and listening to every single conversation and trying to predict who and what they could influence the same way TikTok does to try and change minds, especially young minds, they're embedded in their phones. But I think the reason it didn't work, now I'm going to go off on a rant, had nothing to do with what I started doing. Hold on. Let me turn this thing off because I know I had this. Let me go here and go to, right? Okay, so let me go. Shoot, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. This one here was the one I'm tuning, but I haven't tuned it. So you may have heard a change in my sound there real quick before I go off on this rant. Okay, so why, if they have all of San Francisco feeding them information, why did they not get it right? All right. Oh, not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Why did they not get it right? It's very simple. You stop communicating. I do not believe that the human population in the first world that is tied to its technology knows how little they communicate with each other. Being the GunMuse in the gaming world has been completely different than being GunMuse prior to my gaming world. Because I deal with more college kids now than I ever have. And hold on, this is about to get loud with some dogs. All right, let's see if we can lock them out of here. It's 7 o'clock. My nurse is showing up, so the dogs go ape shit when she shows up. The disconnect. And you would not, and I'm a big believer from back in the days when I first started on the internet and there was no statistic to tell you what the truth was or what the truth wasn't. If one person complained to me about a problem with my website, I treated it like 1,000 people didn't complain, but had the same problem. And I jumped on it. If you emailed my company back then, I had a great big dinger of a computer. As soon as an email went in, it went ding really loud, like somebody had called me. And I answered my emails like I answered the phone, right then, right there, and with courtesy. I was making $10,000 a day selling shotguns. I focused on over and under shotguns to rich people. I was making a fortune doing it. You can't do what I did back then. But I sold so many over and under shotguns, not a threat on anybody's radar. There ain't a Democrat running for office who hadn't had one slung across their arms out there looking for ducks in a cornfield. And if you don't know why that's a joke, can't help you. So they don't look for ducks where it's wet, nasty, and muddy. How about I put it that way? Oh, well, I don't want to sit out in the cold and abuse myself to pretend that I'm a real hunter. Hunting's about putting meat on the table. The enjoyment factor of it, how much do you enjoy misery? Because there's a lot of misery to hunting. Okay, so our lack of communication that's taken place. And this is why it's so important that I set up my sound system so that I don't distract you from a buzz, a hiss, a pop, some little high frequency thing that's in the background. To be honest, that beagle howling is an annoyance. It becomes an annoyance to me. I love my beagle howl. I love my beagle. He's 10 years old. I'm going to bawl my head off if that dog dies. But it's like a baby crying in the background. You call your big first world company, your Fortune 500 company, and the person working at home answering the phones, you can hear kids in the background, because they got work at home workers. And you have to admit it, just between me and you, it's annoying you that they're not in an office, that they're not taking it seriously. And even though your mind says, hey, good for them, they're working, do what you got to do to have a job. Both sides take place in my brain. It still annoys me to hear kids in the background on that voice. So ticks and hisses and piss pops and things like that. So let me go back over to, where the hell was that thing at? I don't know where I put it. That ain't it. Oh, so much for my, oh, there we go. Let me go back over there. Oh, that's what I want. All right. Like I said, I got to teach my brain what I'm looking for. This is my middle screen. This is my main screen. I've got this screen. This is, see, where's my hands? Here's my hands. Here's my hands. This is the middle of the camera. My screen. That far, the middle of the screen. So if I'm looking in the center of the screen, I'm looking above your eye line of the camera. All right, you're looking up at me a little bit. And it was a deliberate thought because I had to put the camera somewhere other than the middle of my face. We want it in the middle of our face. That's how we shoot TV shows and news. And you've gotten used, your brain has gotten used to seeing a head-on shot of somebody who's talking, right? And then at some point here, the new AI machine, where I've got this thing flipping screens, I'm going to have another camera that's going to be watching me. And if I turn my head to the left or I turn my head to the right, it's going to be turning and watching screens. It's going to be flipping the scene so that all I have to do is turn right to do something, and then it shows you what I'm doing on the right. If I want that to happen that way. Okay? I may lock out a screen. You never know. Got to keep some stuff private, right? Especially you got to put in passwords and stuff. And no, my hair is not a black slicked mohawk. I've got to fix this. Okay, that's the next big project is the lighting. Right now, it's a light in the bedroom like anything else, except for I got a freaking those monstrous big LEDs, the flapping things. I got that thing, and it's putting out so much light, it's making me shiny, and the you can counteract it with more light. Oh, there's that. You know, you can counteract that with some more light, but it's a headache day for me, so the light in my eyes is not happening. I'm going to figure it out. I wired up some new lights out in the shop the other day. I had some old lights that worked for me, and then they burned out, and I can't find replacements for them. So I wired up some new ones. I actually rewired the old ones, and then they're not as bright as they were. So I got to figure. I got to come up with a new solution. But I'm showing you this chart because this is what I was started to dick with, right? Is I cannot distract from the conversations that I want to have with annoyance. I don't have a sound engineer, but I've got to do sound engineer level quality in order to keep the audience engaged. I have to do it, especially when we talk about controversial things. Because if we talk about controversial things, you already have an opinion on them. And today's under 40, people under 40 have been trained by TikTok, by YouTube, by Facebook, and damn sure by college and high school and grade school. If you hear something that you didn't already know, you need to reject that information. Your brain is kicked into that. I have to fight that. So when people look at my stats and they go, you got, it says here, you know, people who don't know, you're on in the industry, they go, well, you got a 40% retention rate, Mr. Larson. It's like, it's only 40, right? That's not even above 50. Well, the best YouTubers out there, the guys who get 2 million followers, have a 14 to 17% retention rate. I double that. Why? Because I educate, I teach. I'm even showing you guys exactly what the hell I got to do to keep up with those guys. I cannot add a distraction to that. So right now, I don't know who's wait a minute. Who's the one viewer? That's a good question. Who's the one viewer out there? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't go out there and tell YouTube. Man, I gotta go do the extra clicks for YouTube. This annoys me. Live. Is that this one? News and politics. That's why. Hold on. Let me get into this. Let's edit this back into the gaming world, which I'm renowned in. Gaming. Guns of Glory. And I want you guys to see this. So you got the Lost Island, which is the original one. All 300 of my videos are on that. Then they changed the word to survival. And it don't mean shit. All right. So there's that. That is important. And then, hold on, and you gotta go. And then I hashtag a bunch of stuff that didn't exist. You know me. I create keywords. GunMuse, hashtag Guns of Glory. Ding. All right. So save that again. That'll redo this stuff. And. All right. So the one views. So my one streamer is not on here. You're on Twitch or something. See, it doesn't tell me up there when it's showing me one views. Viewers hidden. One viewer. Is it twitch.tv? Is that where you guys are at? Make sure that's still muted. It's muted. Power, politics, blah, blah, blah. See, and then it's got all these wrong hashtags. So I'm not getting any viewers this morning because I had all this, the rant and shit. But yes, my one viewer is over there on Twitch. All right. Pin this. I hate their manually unpin or end of stream. There we go. That just pisses me off. Because people do go back and watch this, and then they eliminate my ability to advertise on the advertising platform that they love to advertise on. Blah, 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 blah. So I've got to go through here and tune my Twitch. That's on the... All this stuff's got to happen, right? So, oh. What was that? What was that? Something went by and I closed it. I don't know what it was. Okay. Multi-stream. It wasn't a chat. Anywho. Let's get to that. And then we're going to go to... No, let's not do that. Let's go back to my productivity chart. Okay. So I need... Well, I didn't finish my thought, did I? The disruption in communication is built into society now. So much so that the number of people who tell me, I don't discuss politics. In other words, you have no opinion about the people who run your life. And when I say it to them that way, their brain freaks out. Oh, that's a fact. And I've never heard it before. Boom! I just verbally slapped you. Ooh, the bitch slap was real. All right, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Oh, I moved that camera, didn't I? And then I... Oh my God, don't go that high. That light being above head, that light's bleaching out my green screen back there. That's trying to make it so that all this stuff's real. So what I need to do is lean back in my seat like I'm supposed to. Like I got this set up to be casual. Not to look casual, but to be casual so that I'm not, when I lean forward like this for a couple hours talking to you guys, oh my God, I got to get out here and take pain pills. I tuned this microphone for 2.5 hours yesterday. I had to sleep the rest of the day. I wish it wasn't that bad, but it is. So that's the reality I'm living with, and I'm going to fight it. I mean, if I got to pull the freaking, you know, I'm going to be calling you from the GunMuse places, right? You know, if we're doing that, if I got to start speaking in robot voice at some point, we're probably going to be doing that. Okay, I'm out. No coffee this morning because I'm out of MCT oil, which is the only reason I really drink coffee. Okay, so the disruption in communication that's built into our psyche now. It's a burn thing. For all of you that have had that burned in, you will never, ever get rid of that disruption. I'm sorry. Your ability to decipher information when new facts come in has been robbed of you. You will do as you're told. You're slaves. They built a slaving nation. They could not figure out. They keep trying to play with the statistical math, you know, like, well, Trump's popular vote win wasn't even as great as Hillary Clinton's popular vote win. Meanwhile, on the next news story, we don't give a damn what the Supreme Court of the country said or the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. We're going to keep counting bogus votes until the Democrat wins. I mean, until all votes are counted. Right? It's just what they do. We've known it's what they do. They literally tried to make Trump a criminal for suggesting, by suing, hey, this is what you do. Meanwhile, they're doing it from behind now. Remember when Trump said, I need everybody to go out and vote? So many people need to go out and vote. Too big to cheat. The margin has to be so big that they won't cheat. The only thing that Democrats get out of flipping Pennsylvania with fraudulent votes is a senator. They still don't have the control of the Senate. They just got one vote closer, but they have it for 6 years. And I'll tell you who needs to be looking out for. What's his name? Fetterman. The other senator for Pennsylvania, who ever since they started fixing his brain to fix the holes in his brain, started talking conservative. That man's up for primary. They're going to primary his ass. He's a liability to the Democratic Party. He's a senior senator for Pennsylvania. And he, I'll tell you, he missed an opportunity. He should have come in there and said, look, this needs to stop now. The Supreme Court ruled 12 different lawsuits the Supreme Court ruled on, and it ruled against the Democrats who fought against them. Not against the Democratic Party, but against the lawsuit the Democrats put up. Was like, but we want to count fraudulent and illegal votes. They had to sue, say, no, we want to do that. And we want a judge to say it's okay to count illegal votes. Sorry, you can't do it. You've been told. Stop doing it. They haven't stopped. Looked right in front of a camera. And people are coming forward now. It's like, well, we were told before we started the first count, we were going to count illegal votes. So we don't even know how many illegal votes were thrown into the very first count. And now they got right down to 17,000 was the margin after they counted enough illegal votes. And it triggered a new law for an automatic recount. Don't tell me somebody's not stuffing the ballot room that no one's been paying of already counted votes. This is how Trump got screwed the last time. In the middle of the night, in 3 states, mail trucks showed up. The guy driving the mail truck tried to be a witness for Congress. They wouldn't let him. Yeah, I showed up with a mail truck full of ballots in the middle of the night. So that room that is housing all of Pennsylvania's mail-in votes, that's the stuff that's been counted. No one's paying attention to it. And I'll bet you the cameras have gone down. That's how Hillary deals with the people that might testify against her, right? Oh, for some reason the cameras went down right when the multi-billionaire who flew my husband down to bang a 10-year-old island, was going to testify. The cameras went down and he hung himself. I ain't afraid of you, Hillary. You would have to pay a lot of money to a professional shooter to shoot at me. I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot of professional shooters out here who know me by name. We hang out. We drink beer. We've had fun. We joke and laugh in very secret rooms. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Right? Oh, let's kind of make that bigger. Okay, here. There we go. Let's put this dead center. You don't need to see the fact I've been using Google AI. But there's that. Okay. The video that's gonna drop after this live, the thing I'm tuning my audio for, that I will optimize the video and the keywords and all that other crap I gotta do. I dabbled through here because I was trying to get my numbers and my viewers up. I'd like a couple people to tell me how this sounds before I go, what it sounds like to them. Guys, when somebody asks you how does it sound, okay, just so that if you're ever doing this for somebody, so they're watching it on their phone, tell them to turn their phone down to 60% volume. I don't care if they got a headset on, whatever on, turn it down to 60% volume. 70% and above starts distorting the sound. So that's the phone distorting the sound. Turn it down to 60. which should be a comfortable listening level for anybody. And then we ask, can you hear me? Okay. These devices have a whole bunch of filtering technology built into them. So hisses and pops and things like that. New microphones do. Okay, like I've used this HS70 for years. This microphone is amazing. You guys heard it. I'm trying to make my beard mic, which is just a very cheap microphone that's mobile and transmitted via Bluetooth. I'm trying to make that sound like this, which has a crap load of technology in it. I paid $69 for these 3 years ago. My warranty ran out a year ago. I have one more pair. I'm about to go steal them from Zach. He doesn't use them anyway. And then I've got these HS700s that they're selling now that they're garbage. I wrote a really nasty review on Amazon for them. So all of that, let me get back to this. We're going to do this. So we've been monitoring you. And then this morning, or actually about 5 days ago, all T-Mobile customers, you want to know why T-Mobile is important by brand? T-Mobile goes in the rural areas. So you may as well say, we hacked into T-Mobile to go after people who live in rural areas that are a threat to the Democratic Party. Plus, Elon Musk is now asking President Trump to change my satellite thing to a lower Earth orbit than it currently is to improve the quality of service that I'm putting up now. And I've got to say, not that I wouldn't mind seeing the word improved or seeing a bigger number just because bigger's better, bigger's not better. I got way more than I need now, Elon. Fix my upload speed a little bit, buddy. That'd be the biggest help. That is an act of Congress that is limiting my upload speed. Okay? Literally, Congress tried to make it so that no rural area people can do what I'm doing. I've been fighting this fight. On December 23rd of this year is GunMuse's birthday. I registered the trademark GunMuse. Okay? December 23rd of this year. I was trying to save 700 retailers that had been assaulted by a combination of ESPN Outdoors and a whole bunch of information and technology geeks on the left who saw the technology we were building and they collapsed the company so that they could rip the pieces apart. Now we call some of that stuff Amazon, right? We call it Google Maps. It's all started with shooters.com. The Koch brothers were financing it, but the tech guys that Koch brothers hired were scumbags. They suckered me into it. I was the #1 selling retailer in the United States. I said, come in here, help other people out. You can't do it all on your own. And like I said, I was making $10,000 a day. I was happy. They pulled me in, ripped me apart, and threw me on the side. Only I get up and I fight back. I registered the name GunMuse. I sat, I think, for 3 days trying to think of a name. It just happened to be I was gun retailing at the time. But I really wanted the word muse involved. Because a muse is a protector of the strange and unusual. That's what a muse is. A little bit of education there. So the gun muse. I was trying to protect the speech of gun. Not my sales of gun. I own gunretail.com. I don't sell a single freaking gun online anymore. And I own gunretail.com. How silly is it of me of not monetizing some things on it to own such an awesome domain? And especially if you don't give a damn about income. It's a lot easier to make money when you don't need money. You know, not that I couldn't use more money. Speaking of which, down below this video, there is a join button now, $7.99 a month. That is money to help me do the next big things. You're going to finance my projects, folks. I'm not always going to be telling you what to do. I can't tell you. People steal from me. And I'm slower than I used to be. So I can't put out timelines and expectations. But every time I've gone and taken a business strategy to a, what do you call them? Not an investor, but angel investors, whatever you want to call them. They want 85% of the ownership. Didn't know what the project was yesterday. They want 85% ownership because in their mind, they know what it takes to promote. They know what it takes to rip something apart and walk away with the bones and sell the bones for more money later. The whole point is to make them my majority partner and then force the whole company to fail and then file some legal claims later that in the bankruptcy they want retribution, which will be the intelligence aspect of the project. They want the idea, right? I don't trust. Call it paranoia if you want to. I turned down $75 million offer for GunMuse back in 2006. I've got tech. I've got tech that's still hiding. I got tech that's still relevant. Not just relevant, but quality. The GunMuse website that's up right now, that's just a WordPress site. I'm going back to the old one. As soon as I finish this AI machine, I'm going to teach this AI machine how to build web pages my way. Hack-proof. And more importantly, we're going to teach you how to do it so that I can get around the ICANN problem. Trump hasn't even talked about ICANN. Elon doesn't talk about ICANN. ICANN, you got to worry about it. So right now I'm going to do some tuning. What minute am I at? Hold on, because I got to go back. I don't want to listen to myself babble. I'm going to do my tuning via live, and then I can go back to my TikTok and my Twitch stream and see if there's any difference between the streaming platforms, because I send 320 quality bits up to the stream, and I don't know if that's what comes through. Default is 88 or something like that, or 168. It sounds like you're talking in a tin can. So I need to make the sound of a tin can thing go wrong. So I got the beard mic. Hold on, I got this. I still didn't look and see what minute I was in. 53 minutes in. Man, I babbled, did nothing for 53 minutes. God bless America. All right. Transform, edit. No, not edit the transform. And not transform. What the hell am I thinking? Filters. Edit my filters. Okay. VST plugin, which I turned that off here. Now I'm going to turn it back on. So now my sign at 54 minutes should have changed. And then go bring this up. And we're going to bring this over to that. And then that should be, here we go. All right. So you guys remember now, I am going to take this as a starting point. This is the education, the vocal cheat sheet. All right. And I'm going to mimic with this line, that line. And so they're coming up level at 50 hertz. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go. If I go. Oh, see, that's terrible. Okay, so wait a minute. This is all the way up at near 0. So we want to be between 26. See my cursor? This is 24 if you can't see it. I can't make that screen larger. Or can I? I cannot. All right. This is just old 1990s technology ported into something new. Points are smooth. Points are flat. Points are precise. I don't want either of that. We're gonna have it drifting. Okay. See, I don't know what the FFT size means. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Okay, so bring this down. This is 0. And we want to go no more than -6. Wait a minute. Hold on. Right click. Remove that point. All right. So -6 is our peak. So let's first take this from 0. Why is -6 going to be our peak? This is 45 years of electronic speaking. Thank you. Got nothing to do with anything I read in the video. Okay, first of all, a dB. 3 dB is double. So -3 is half my volume. -6 is half again. So if my volume is 100 and I cut it down to 50, all right, a -6 attenuation now goes below, so well, you got to start, that's why you got to start from 0. It's, how to put that in math that I explained to somebody. So let's go up, because up's a little easier than negatives. So if I had something that was a 4, no matter what the math is, what we're talking about, let's say let's say it's a 10. And I went up 3 dB when it started out as 10. It's now 20 is the new number. Okay? So I go up another 3 dB. So now I've added 6 dB. And so now it's 40. It doubled the double. So if I go up to 9 dB, it's now 80. That's why so many Amazon things, when they talk about audible or signal attenuation or increasing the signal so you can get your TV, oh, this is a 12 dB antenna. Well, 15 dB antenna is twice as good as a 12 dB antenna. Twice as good. The difference between 12 and 15 is twice as good. And 18 dB is twice as good as the 15 dB antenna. All right? That's the best way to explain game in the real world with you guys. So I don't want any of these individual points above a -3. And so the reason for that is if there's any mechanical noise, fans, street noise behind you, things like that, they have hidden frequencies that are so fast and so sharp, this graph doesn't show them to you. So by putting my cap limit at a -3, by cutting the input sound by half, what I'm doing is eliminating that. Now my goal is to tune the microphone in my beard. So now we don't want to transform my voice. You see my voice right here on screen. This is what my voice looks like. Okay? So using this as a guideline to the importance of different voices and where other, so in case you can't read that, so the low end rumble, 20 to 80 hertz, often due to proximity effect and unwanted artifacts. That would be a car driving by my house. And thanks to the open border, lots of illegals have come across the border, but nobody's muffler came with them. All right? I'm literally road raging from my couch right now. I wish I was kidding. All right. So go back here for you guys. We'll go back here. So what I want to do is I want to lower they're showing me they're actually cutting off below 20. Can I put another? Well, hold on. Let's right click this. No, I can't with this graph interface. I need the visual, right? I need the visual. Real for 0.0 compatible mode, low quality. We're not doing that. All right. Output gain is plus 1.3. Oh, look at there. How about before I start there? All right. So I'm not amplifying and I'm not detracting all the sounds, which is what that slider over there is doing. All right. So we're -6 on any individual amplification. All right. To be honest, and I'll probably go and do this off screen again once I hear what we're doing. I will go readjust the output gain. Well, this is taking the input. When I got it set at 0 here, whatever this receives, it's not adding anything to it. It's not detracting anything. And this is all done digitally. So, all right. So we're going back to our box. All right. And then I'm going to back to our box. And so it's showing. So 3/4 of the way to that box is the 50. Okay, but over here, this is 50. So they want us flattening around the 20. It's a sharp increase to a flat. Hold on, let me go. That's 11 hertz. That's about where it's at. Okay. So we're gonna put a little sharp curve in here. Remember, what I'm trying to do is set my filters to match my guideline. Okay. Then we're gonna jump over to where they got this peak that is around 200. But you don't even have a point at 200. Insert point. And there they went to +3 on those frequencies. Ooh, that's 6 and 3. There's that. I accidentally created an extra point. Well, that's the 100 mark, which is back here. So we start to gain at the 100 mark. Okay, insert point. Doesn't need to be perfect. We're going to add a little bit of gain, and then I'm reading the little numbers up here. So I'm getting a little bit of gain at 100. They got about the same now. And then we're going to jump over to the 350 to 600, which they are showing about the 400 mark. There it is. They shoot right back down to -6 at the 400. Oh, whoa. -6 is right up there. Wait a minute. That's -6 from their 0. So if I want to go double, I got to go to -9. All right. Because remember, I already reduced it 6. The whole audio got reduced 6. So we're going to drop down to a 9. All right. My next big shift point. That doesn't even look near. Well, they're back up here. Let's jump up to their big point here, which is the 2K frequency. Dog, go away. Sorry. I'm live. We are 0.3 3, up to a 3 again. You know, I'm messing up the math here, boys and girls. Insert point. Bring it back down like so. And they've got it down to 1500. Where am I at? 1400. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And then I want to do, well, they kept it from dipping at the 3500 mark. So okay, there's that. Then we're going to go to, man, if you guys start hearing something weird, please let me know if you're listening. I'm doing this live to try and make sure the voice sounds like I'm not talking into a tin can. You know what I mean? So the next big detractor dip is the, okay, so what we just modified there was called the box zone. It's a fine line between boxy and hollow. Balance this carefully. So that peak that I just did is supposed to is supposed to help get rid of. I'm supposed to be narrowing left and right of that peak. So when I come back to do some adjustments, see, this is supposed to be what the peak looks like. Let me do that. I'll start with there. So I'm, and I may have to make it more curvy, right? More curvish. So the next, so that was the, wait a minute, is that right? The 6500? No, oh crap, that was the wrong one. That's the mid-range. A busy area that competes with guitars and synthesizers. Pay attention to the harshness. They're talking to people who are trying to get the vocals over their band. I'm trying to get the vocals over my life. The core vocal frequencies between 1 and 300. Those I did. And then I have to have these big dips in the box region. 350 to 600. So where's that at? That's at 450. That's this one. Pull that down. And then let's get into the 600 range. We're going to pull that back up again. All right. Let's jump back to my chart so I can show you guys what I'm doing again. All right. So go to middle screen. Show what I'm doing. That's what I'm trying to make this line look like that line. Okay? Because all I deal with is vocals, right? So if I do add other stuff over the top of it, a game, things like that, it doesn't step on my dick as far as vocals go. All right. So this and then at some point, the vocal channel becomes its own channel. And then, so when I'm going to add, this new computer that I showed you last week does 7.1 audio. So if I want to add game surround sound, and I've got multiple cameras, we may be doing surround video, 360 video, throwing some surround sound in it and all that good noise, right? Got to start with the dirty work. Got to do this work. All right, so that is in the 1900s. That was the 1 to 4K. All right. The 3K. Okay, the 4K become 5K. Hold on. We are dipping. Oh, get out of that. I'm creating 2 dots again, aren't I? We're starting the dip at the 5K. All right. Now I know, especially out, and the lights I'm going to change in here. The lights in here are going to be running at 6K. Things you gotta know, right? And to 5 to 8, puts us about 7. What is that one at? 7. That's like really, let's dip it down to here where we match that one. And then we're going to do this. Then we go up into the air region. See what I'm talking about? The air region. That's this thing over on the right. Roll off to taste. Boost for creative effect. You heard those guys that said, oh, and it's got a little bit of a rumble to it. Yeah, you add a little bit of boost to this area. Remember, your voice is back down here, right? Well, there's a thing called multipliers. 600 times 600 equals 1200, right? Or 3K, 3K times 3K. So you get multipliers of the sound, especially if you got some echoes in here. So if I want to add some canyon effect like I'm Obama, where no matter where he was at, it sounded like he was in the Coliseum, I'd boost the shit out of this. All right, so go back over here now. Boost the shit out of God mode. All right, this is God mode over here. That's what they mean by effect. I'm looking at 13K. Okay, hold on. And I'll tell you from another filter, I filter everything above 20K out. And then they're boosting it way up here. So let's go up to here. Now my line looks a lot like that. You guys want to rewind and listen to me ranting about communication and why quality sound is going to be important to override the trained brain figures? I'm playing with the science of your brain, folks. I'm telling you I'm going to do it. This is supposed to sound good. It may sound like shit for all I know. But the point was to do a live, have it put out on all the streams, and then I'm going to go back. I'm going to listen to it. And then, let me go back here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to listen to it and see what I think. And the whole point is I'm going to make sure it comes across loud enough that if you've got your stuff turned down, if you're at 60% on your volumes, on your headset, your phone, your computer, whatever, it should be a conversational volume. So that when I get loud and boisterously and throw some amplification at it, make that bounce way up, that you hear the intensity. But at the same time, I got compressors. Well, let's go to 3. Let's show all the stuff I got. I got a compressor in here. Open compressor interface. Okay. Here's the compressor. Here's all this audio after it's gone through the plugin we just tuned, through an equalizer, and then through compression. All right. Like I said, our goal here is to cut out the crap that doesn't belong and enhance what is natural to my voice. I've got a deep voice that scares the piss out of people. There ain't a single phone call I make where people didn't think I'm yelling at them. I've got a commanding, I sound like your father chewing you out voice. It's what I sound like. Drill sergeant, right? Never was one, but I can sure make that noise. All right. And that to itself gives comfort to some, offends the hell out of somebody if you're in the work world. If there's a if there's a safe space within walking distance of your office, I guarantee you that when you got hired to that job, you're going to need that safe space if you hear me. Sorry, reality of the world. Okay? And then I'm going up in here, and I'm in the, wow, way above the -6s. I might be over amplifying. Well, now that I put this extra filter in there, it may be sound clippy at this point, where it sounds like the top of my words are cut off. So that's why I got to go back and listen to this stuff. Now that I've put a kill, because there's a fan on a computer running right here. You don't want to listen to that. I can make that noise go away. That's what part of this filtering is doing, is making that fan noise go away. Every microphone is different, Ask any sound guy. You buy a brand new of the same exact microphone. Even though it's same brand, same style, same everything, bought on the same day, so you had a backup. They sound different. So, and then I don't have the foam set up in this room. So the echo, there's an echo in here. And that's going to be in the higher registries of stuff that I just amplified. So the echo, the God mode, is probably pretty bad. All right. So that's enough of my live this morning. Do look for my next video drop. My first video drop in forever. It's not going to be on gaming. It's going to be about how Google and all these AI companies, everybody who said we're doing AI to help you, from Amazon to Facebook to everybody, they were trying to figure out how to make you vote, because the Democrats will bribe people who got way too much money. They'll throw more money at them to pretend to like a Democrat. Just ask Oprah Winfrey, the multi-billionaire, self-made billionaire from Chicago, who wants a bunch of illegals to stay in Chicago, suppressing the black people of Chicago, because it wasn't the black people of Chicago that made Oprah rich. It was the white women of America.